Hello, welcome back to Wano. My name is Beast, and today we're back with Kakenuke Seishun Sparking instead of Rosaya, because we've at this point waited an hour and a half for Bud, and he has not shown up, so... Yeah. But hey, maybe we'll fucking record Rosaya tomorrow. We'll see. Anyways, It's actually the first time I noticed that this game has like one of the features like, oh, immediately resume where you left off when you start the game. Because I usually just go to main menu first and then quit from main menu. Last recording was the first time where I just pressed the exit button and quit the game directly. And yeah, that's how I found out the game will just tell you, Ayo, bye. Anyways, can't be forgetting my Wednesday's wine. It's noticeable that I forgot to put this in the fridge. Oh well. You were called here as well, Ritsu. I was after school the next day. Ritsu and I were in the negative club room. If you were to ask why... As I had been about to go to work, my phone rang. It was a call from the manager. Manager, this is Tono. What happened? Well, are you serious? Customers would inevitably complain of the air conditioning we're out in the summer. It was out of our hands. Sounds like a pain. Are you gonna be okay on your own, sir? Alright, good luck with everything. Please call me if anything happens. My schedule had suddenly opened up. Well, actually something that I thought of. Yes, yeah, like, funnily enough, during work yesterday. Was that they really fucked up with the UP idea. Because, well, first off, someone was able to recognize that it is just a color-swapped Shiushio. So that was already not gonna fly. And second off, the insistence to play a specific character when they could have just as easily done a thing where everyone in the active essentially just plays the character on another day, but plays their own character, and the setup is just that it's goddamn schizo VTuber. And not only would that be effective because, like, first off, that's unique. Second off, because, like, they're gonna graduate at some point. Like, even if they succeed, people in the active are gonna graduate. Fucking Nagiko is gonna graduate this year because he's a third year. The main character is going to graduate next year because he's a second year. The only one left after 2 years will be Shiori. But if they don't go for the fucking schizophrenic VTuber idea, you don't need to worry about that, because then it's just like, oh, one personality is gone, but a new one fucking showed up, which is just the new club member that joined, if there is a new club member that joins. Like, if one of the new first years decides to join, essentially. Maybe we could come up with some way to persuade the new headmaster at the library, or...
アルバイトですか？
I was unexpectedly given the day off.
では師匠は今日の夜まで空いているんですね。
Kachima jerked forward and leaned in close. Well, I mean, I have to come up with a solution to the reformation plan.
なら私に付き合ってください。ボランティア部にもあるんです。学園の改革を阻止するアイディアが。
And so here I was. I hadn't expected Ritsu to be here too, though.
りっちゃん、今日は保育園に行くんだ。
Huh? The preschool.
はい、今日は保育士さんのお手伝いをします。地域の子供たちと一緒に遊ぶんですよ。ボランティア部では毎月やってるんだって。
Again, that is another fucking thing that the volunteer club does that would reasonably increase the amount of future prospective students, because the kids in preschool that they play with are going to be like, oh, they're from this school. So when they're in middle school and are deciding which high school to go to, they might decide, oh, hey, this is the fucking high school that those other people went to. Maybe I'll go there. Seems like it could be fun.
地域への奉仕活動の一環です。
I'm going that far with it. I had no idea. It was then that I recognized Kashima's intent.
さすが師匠は察しがいいですね。今まで私たちはこういう活動を対外的にはアピールしてきませんでした。なんだか売名行為みたいで。
That sounded like something Kashima would say. She wasn't the type to intentionally make a spectacle of herself.
でも、そうも言ってられる状況じゃなくなったろ。実は今日、地方紙だけど新聞が取材にも来るんだ。
新聞に載ればきっと話題になるよ。
Really? And that's going to raise Kazumi Academy's reputation? I doubt even the new headmaster could flat out demolish the a volunteer collective if that happened. Exactly! That's what I've been saying! That would open them up to public criticism. They might even shelve the reformation proposal altogether. It's worth a shot.
はい、それで遠野くんには子供たちにマジックを披露してほしいんです。
Magic show.
遠野くん、前に私が言ったこと覚えてますか？今度行くボランティアの施設訪問で子供たちにマジックを見せてあげたいって。
Had I said that when we played together in the club room the other day?
私、たくさんの人に楽しんでもらいたいんです。大人も子供も関係なく、たくさんの人が笑顔になればいいなって。だから、師匠に手伝っていただけるなら、ぜひ一緒にマジックをしてほしいんです。
Kashima gazed into my eyes as she spoke. She shared her feelings with heartfelt sincerity. Got it, if that's how you feel about it. I dug my personal deck of cards out of my pocket and gave them a good shuffle. The playing cards danced magnificently through the air and formed a rainbow between my left and right hands.
すげえ！手首だけで！
お兄ちゃん気合入ってるね。やっぱり私の師匠ですね。
I like this reveals that this man never leaves the house without a deck of cards. He's always ready to duel. It's just shuffling or exaggerating. Despite what I said, I couldn't say I minded the compliment.
これなら絶対子供たちも喜んでくれるよ。
新聞でも大きく取り上げられるぞ。
Look, I'm still very happy that the cartomancer feat is a thing in D&D now.
皆さん、頑張りましょう。えいえいおー！
All the club members cheered. There was one semi-peculiar person in the mix. Hold on.
えいえいおー！
Yeah, I think I heard Hibiki there. Oh no, Hijiri.
なんすか、遠野先輩。
Why are you here?
もっち、遠野先輩が心配だからっす。
What's the real reason?
面白そうだからっす。
I assumed that to be the case. Huh, if you weren't trying to hide it, then say that the first time.
遠野くん、その方は
Don't worry about it, just a background character, an NPC.
ひでーす。お兄ちゃんを先輩って呼んだってことは、ひじりさんも一年生なの？
Ritsu brazenly addressed Hijiri.
そうっす。先輩の妹さん、よろっす。私も、よろっす。
The pair of first years immediately shared a friendly high five. They were like-minded and equally cheerful. If they took this as an opportunity to become good friends...
それにしてもリツさん、かわいいっすね。先輩に似ないでよかったっす。
Obnoxious. Couldn't help but wonder if Hijiri would pose as a bad influence on Ritsu. And then...
Oi! You!
Oh, hey! It's you, Shinji! Don't creep up me like that. He secretly goes or something.
お前、なんだよ、あの女。あんなノリの軽い女なんて、俺の一番苦手なタイプだ。
Shinji proceeded to hide behind me and observed Hijiri from a distance. I could feel his hand trembling on my shoulder. Why did this underclassman scare him so much? Relax, Shinji. She's laid back to a fault, but she's not a bad person. I calmed Shinji down.
そうなのか？
Hijiri must have noticed Shinji and pointed a small smile in his direction.
こっち見てるぞ。
じじー。
Hijiri cried out like an angry cat. Shinji held his head in his hands and crouched low to the ground. Don't intimidate him!
ごめんっす。ちょっとしたお茶目っす。すんませんした。名もなき先輩。
It's Kagurazaka, Shinji Kagurazaka. I introduced my trembling friend's name in his stead.
神やすり先輩、よろしくっす。
You only got the first letter of his name right. Could be so careless.
では、そろそろ出かけましょうか。
Yeah, let's go. After all was said and done, the volunteer collective, along with the Tono siblings and their +1, namely Hijiri, arrived at Kazumi Preschool.
皆さん、こんにちは。
お兄ちゃんたち、また来ましたよ。
わーい。
The toddlers instantly rushed over to us.
こんにちは。はじめま。おいっす。おら、キックっす。
Starting off strong, Hijiri. Well, not that I added her approach.
このお姉ちゃん面白い。
Everyone had friendly smiles, and it immediately put me at ease.
では皆さん、しばらくは子供たちと遊んであげてください。師匠はマジックの準備を。
Don't have anything prepared. Let me see. Little girl tugged at my pants leg. What is it? Oh, here.
やっぱり優しくてかっこいいお兄ちゃんだ。
Oh, it's you, Ina-chan.
運命を感じるね。
Ina, you're sure our precocious child. Smiled as I patted her head.
ほう、ゆう。早速仲良くやってるな。結構。
Shinji was delighted to be surrounded by the children. He gave them quick hugs, one after another. Can't deal with other older women, but you're fine with kids?
おう、大人と違ってこの子たちは純粋だからな。ちなみに、俺の夢はホフさんなんだぜ。
Wow. I hadn't known that. He likely had a knack for it, though. Did you consider that as a child care worker, he has to, interact with the parents of the kids?
あー、いいよな。子供は可愛くて。幼女最高。
Well, feels bad to have to fucking traumatize these kids, but sorry, but I have to put them down. Shinji, don't phrase it like that. I was just asking for problems.
はいはい、いい子だね。自分ワクワクしてきたっすよ。みんな、お水はちゃんと飲んでくださいね。
Everyone had a fun time with the children. What was the sensation? I was excited, but maybe not in the same way as Hijiri. It's almost unreal. Something that had been sealed away in the depth of my heart was slowly pouring
お
out.
兄ちゃん、鹿島先輩がそろそろ始めてって。
Rita said while carrying a young boy in her arms while I had Hina on my shoulders. Alright. Okay, Hina, do you want to lend me a hand? I gently set that girl on her feet and crouched down, matched Hina's eye
何
level.
をするのお兄ちゃん。
Got something amazing to show everyone. At the time, I said that all too naturally. I have 53 playing cards here. Showed the children the bundle of cards I had just finished shuffling. Hina, could you pick a card? Can be any card you'd like.
はーい引きました。
Good job. Next, please show everyone your card and make sure I can't see
これ
it.
です。
Hina pointed her card towards the audience. Truth is, I'm a magician. So I knew there was something special about the card you chose. Your card is... Turned over the whiteboard in the room. It had 9 hearts written on it.
すごい。本当に魔法使いだ。
It was a big hit with the kids. The magic was as rudimentary as it got, but it practically made their eyes
やっぱり
sparkle.
師匠の手さばきはすごいです。お兄ちゃんは簡単って言うけど、どうやってるのか全然わかんない。トーナ先輩、もっとやってほしいっす。
My friends cheered me on from the sidelines. As simple as it was, it made me super happy. Hina, take a look at my pocket, please.
ハートの9のカード、ここにもある。
Hina jumped up and down with the duplicate card in her hands.
カードが増えてる。
お兄ちゃん、すごいすごいすごい。
Hina clung to my leg and kept shouting wow back to back. Alright, next I'll teach you all of you a magic trick you can do on your own. With this, all of you will officially be magicians from here on
やっ
out.
たー。教えて教えて。ひなちゃんもお兄ちゃん教えて。
The children quickly and loudly surrounded me from all sides. I carefully explained how to work the magic trick. Ooh, wasn't that great?
トーノくん楽しそうですね。
I do remember there was also the one with the fucking rubber band where you put it essentially around here, and then under the finger here. So when you open your finger, it looks like it jumps from these two fingers to these two.
ゆう、お前も青春を楽しんでるな。
お兄ちゃんすごいね。やっぱり思った通りでした。師匠の手品は絶対受けると思ってたんです。
鹿島さん、いつもありがとうございます。子供たちみんな風見学園の皆さんがいらっしゃるのを楽しみにしてるんですよ。
マジっすか。すごいじゃないっすか皆さん。
それをぜひ新聞社の記者さんにも話してもらえれば。
はい、しっかり話しておきますね。それにしても今日はいつにも増してすごいですね。あの子たちがここまで楽しそうにしてるの。特にあの子ひなちゃんはなかなか他の人には懐かないのに。
ゆうはすげえからな。
私の自慢のお師匠さんですから。
Hey Kashima, I'm not gonna make you my apprentice.
あらら、聞こえちゃってましたか。でもあんなに楽しそうなトーノくん初めて見たかも。
だな。俺も久しぶりに見たよ。ユウが手伝ってくれたらボランティア部もなんとかなりそうな気がしてくるな。
ですね。私やっぱりトーノくんにボランティア部に入ってほしいです。トーノくんと一緒に頑張りたい。
委員長
なんて、そんな先のことを今考えてもしょうがないですよね。部を残すことができないとその場所もなくなってしまうんですから。神楽坂くん、私たちも負けてられませんよ。
だな。ユウに負けないくらい俺たちも楽しませてやろうぜ。
Hey Kashima, could you help me with some?
わかり ますね。
I had a lot of fun spending time with the kids for a change. And I felt like a treat something that had long since faded from my mind. But I didn't quite know what it was. Nor did I realize the change that was beginning to stir inside of me. I will say that it 100% feels more natural for him to end up in the volunteer.
記事ってこれかな。
Yeah. I had bought and read the local newspaper that was supposed to have our article in it. I looked at it from top to bottom and front to back with a fine-tooth comb. There was a brief article about the preschool, but nothing about what we had done. They didn't mention us at all. Figures.
急に取材日変更だなんて。
From what Kashima said, they apparently uncovered a story about corruption involving the city councillor. Covering that took precedence.
私、納得いかないよ。
Political corruption drew more attention than a commonplace feel-good piece. As such, the newspaper focused their efforts on that instead. A big scoop like that would lead to more sales and additional revenue. That was reality. I roughly folded the newspaper and grumbled. Life really is rough. Even so, we made the kids happy. With tiny eyes practically sparkled when he put on that shoddy magic show. Maybe it was more than enough. Like, I will say, finish my sentence. I will say it 100% feels more natural for you to end up in the volunteer collective than the activity collective. He very much feels more like the type that would enjoy helping others in his free time, you know? Like, we saw how much joy it brought him to just bring a smile to the face of these kids. Like, the active in... Like, I don't know... It's going to sound real fucking rude, but the collective feels inherently selfless, while the active feels inherently selfish. The main point of the active is to just... We want to make the most of our youth. Like, how we enjoy it is the most important part. While the volunteer collective is we want to help people, and in helping people want to find joy in our youth. While yes, they do in the end want to experience those positive emotions as well, the impetus and main drive is still a selfless one, and them wanting to help people. And that feels thus far more like a youth thing. Though then again, might be different. Who knows? Summer drew near, and each day was harder than the last. There was, however, a huge mountain we had to overcome first. An event that measured our scholastic ability, our duty as students, final exams. Although the fate of the scholarship program was still up in the air, I couldn't afford to let my grades drop. It was the same for my little sister Ritsu. I felt bad for Biki and the others, but I temporarily set all of the club's problems aside. In doing so, I fully devoted myself to my studies. Everyone from both the active and negative understood and accepted my reasoning. I drastically cut down on my work hours to spend every day and night studying. I wouldn't take any half measures, aiming for the top seat of my grade. That was one thing I wasn't willing to compromise on. During and in between classes, I used nearly all of my time devoted to my studies. Something that I will say would be really interesting if happened. If Hibiki's route. Because, like, we learned that apparently she used to go to quite an elite private school before she went here. And it was mainly to, like, she mainly decided to go there. First off for him, and second off to escape her fucking stick in the mud of a father. But considering the type of school that she was apparently at before, it would be really interesting if one of the issues in Hibiki's route was that his grades slip, but he would still have been in the top 10 if Hibiki hadn't switched schools, because Hibiki is the 10th place while he is in 11th. Like, that would actually be an interesting as fuck plot. Like, she dragged him around so he couldn't study properly, and while if he studies he is smarter than Hibiki, Hibiki has a higher ability to absorb things the first time around. So she just barely edges out over him, which wouldn't have happened if she didn't selfishly drag him around all over the place. That would be interesting, actually. Anyways, Kashima likely sensed my resolve and only spoke to me when necessary. Even Hibiki stopped coming to poke fun and tease me. Felt like it had been ages since I focused on my schoolwork. Everything had been so lively since Hibiki transferred here. Now that I was fully prepared, I confronted my final exams head on. When all was said and done, I had acquired my usual top rank. Kashima was overjoyed, like she had done it herself, and Hibiki gave me genuine praise. The outcome had given me immense relief. But there was a chance it could have been a total waste of time. None of our problems had been resolved. We were 2 weeks away from summer break, but we hadn't successfully blocked the Academy Reformation proposal, and made multiple requests to meet with the new headmaster. I was avoided every time and told we would meet them eventually. Why are we riding on our fucking bicycle? I'm cheerful enough, really. To be blind and feels crazy. Wish I knew what the new headmaster was like. He said I was rocking in the seat behind her. Hibiki occasionally came to school on her bike. It was in those days she'd lend me a ride. Yeah. What? To be honest, there's nobody I could ask. Not even one. I replied honestly. Hibiki, take the next turn. Hibiki took an almost right-angled curve without slowing down. What shit? Yikes! Someone managed to shift my weight in time to not be shaken off. Going too fast. Your version of normal doesn't quite align with the rest of the world. Don't base your thought process on that standard. It doesn't explain anything. If anything, I'm worried about you more because we're childhood friends. Wait, I have work. What? Hibiki, will you stop and listen? Hibiki accelerated, pedaling as fast as she could, and there is another negative towards Hibiki. Like, if they were just heading home and she just say, you know what? Let's just take a detour to smell the air. That would have been fine. But no, he actively told her, I have work. I need to go to work. I'm going to be in massive fucking trouble if I do not arrive at work in time. Now we're going to the ocean! Japan's scenery turned blurry. There's no use. Hibiki's switch had been flipped. She got like this. I had no choice but to keep her company until she was satisfied. That's dangerous! After I'd controlled myself and avoided touching Hibiki's body as much as possible too. That would be. I was obviously hesitant to do that. Aren't you forgetting that I'm a man? You should have more shame then. What am I, an ascetic monk? I was asking for too much out of an adolescent man. Don't complain to me about what happens. made up my mind to wrap my arms around her waist. Huh? 10! Felt like she would break if I held onto her too tight. Could people even be this thin?
何よ、当たり前じゃない。私、女の子なんそんなの見たらわかるでしょ
I don't make a habit of ogling girls' bodies.
相変わらずね、言うわ。
What's that supposed to mean?
妙に礼儀正しいというか、他人行儀というか。
Fell silent at her comment. Only you and Ritsu know that I only have strangers there for me. I accidentally shared my most private thoughts.
ねえ、ユウ、それ本気で言って。
Damn it, go faster, Beaky! It'll reply short and tighten my grip around her waist. Rise as fast as you can, enough that we can reach the bone. I was desperate at this point. Oh lord. I think he started to act flustered out of nowhere. I had no intention of letting go. What's wrong? I'm just holding on to you with only the best intentions. Race faster, my childhood friend. Oh, those eyes are better. Huh? Vicky, what did you say? Sorry, Vicky! May have just lost my pure heart! Youth or not, I was still an adolescent. Adolescent boy, you, Tono, could not resist the temptation of boobs. At that moment, the bike toppled sideways in an overly exaggerated fashion. Ow! Hibiki, are you alright? I got away with just a scrape of my elbow and immediately rushed to Hibiki's side. Can you stand? I didn't rub them! I didn't rub them! I just touched them a little. That's what I thought. Yeah, maybe riding together wasn't the best idea. That's the idea you came up with?
響ちゃん、ゆうくん、大丈夫?
A woman called out to us, a familiar voice, a voice I was sick of hearing. Big and I, almost in reflex, looked at the owner of the voice.
二人とも、もう自転車でふざけるような年でもないでしょ?
She approached us with a gentle smile.
ユウの親戚のなごみお姉ちゃん、お久しぶりです。
Biggie gave my aunt Nagumi an energetic greeting. Long time no talk. I, on the other hand, spoke to her flatly in an attempt to keep my emotions in check. But it was too much. Trembled a little. Couldn't help but be on guard.
あら、ゆうくん。どうしたのそんな顔して。あなたが私に会いたがってるって聞いたから、こうして会いに来たのよ。
Huh? I don't have a reason to get in touch with you, Nagumi.
風見学園の新しい学園長に会いたいんでしょ？
え？もしかして。
そう。私が2学期から就任するのよ。風見学園の新しい学園長は、ゆうくんの叔母である私、三崎なごみなのよ。
So she's the retard! Yeah, I think you could see it in my face the moment she showed up. Like, wait, hold on. That's your aunt? That's supposed to be the headmaster. Oh. Oh, before we smiled as our air flowed in the sea breeze, the resemblance was striking. Couldn't help but remember. I believe you're the new headmaster. I think we would meet here again here in this form. To be honest, this was bad.
ねえ、ゆうくん。私もあなたに話があるのよ。
Nagumi, don't bring this up in front of Biki.
いえ、悪いけど、私も時間がないのよ。それはゆうくん。今のあなたも同じでしょ?
I went quiet. Keeping up with this woman's conversation was terrifying. She was asking to be swindled.
ちょっと、どうしたの?
I happened to forcibly dragged into the past. I was being swallowed up by memories and emotions. This woman had once been a magician to me.
端的に言うわね。ゆうくん、そろそろ決心してくれない？三崎家の人間になることを。この家もずいぶん久しぶりね。りっちゃんは？
Ritsu's studying at the library today. Didn't you pick this time of day because you know that?
さすが我が弟子。ゆうくんにはお見通しなのね。
Contacted my workplace to let them know that I would be a little late and brought it to my place. There was no way we could have this conversation by the side of the road. Everything this person was doing was calculated. But...
ねえ、ゆう。私、お茶入れようか。
I hadn't factored in Ibiki tagging along, however. It's fine, don't worry about it, make yourself at home. Feel free to sit wherever you'd like.
わかった。
Like, you just, like, Ibiki, feel free to sit wherever you'd like. Not you, you sit on the uncomfortable chair. Like, fuck the aunt! She wasn't her usual peppy self. The mere mention of me joining the Misaki family must have had her on the edge. On edge. The only cold drink I have is barley tea, that okay?
悪いわね。
Not at all.
ゆうくん、ゆっくりとお話ししましょうね。
She flashed me with a complacent smile. Brutal. Sighed as I poured barley tea into 3 glasses. Here, Ibiki. Plunked the glass in front of her.
ありがとう。
Then another silently in front of my aunt.
あら、私にはあんまり愛想がないのね。
You think so? Like you think I've treated you the same I always did. Took a seat next to Ibiki to sit across from my aunt.
嘘よ。ゆうくん、昔は私にとっても懐いてくれてたじゃない。親戚の中では、私がゆうくんと年も一番近かったし、りっちゃんと一緒に、なごみお姉ちゃんって私に甘えて。
I assume we didn't come here to reminisce on old times, right, headmaster? I cut her tangent short. Didn't want to hear any more of this. Get to the point.
あら怖い。そんな態度じゃ、響ちゃんに嫌われちゃうわよ。ねえ、響ちゃん。
私はユウのこと全然嫌いじゃないですけど。
あなたがせっかくゆうくんのために作った部に入らない。薄情な子なのに。
それとこれとは話が別です。
Not to mention it's the club that you are forcibly trying to shut down.
ユウにも事情があるのわかりますから。
ごめんね、意地っ張りな甥っ子で。
I'm not your nephew. I unintentionally raised my voice. I cut ties with all my relatives a long time ago. It's about time for you to stop pretending we're family, headmaster.
ユウ？どうしたのよ、急にそんな怖い言い方。それに縁を切ったってどういうこと？
いいのよ、響ちゃん。この子頭はいいのに、時々感情的になるのよ。癖は直しなさいって言ってるでしょ。
Naomi sounded like she was scolding a little kid. Her tone of voice and the look she gave me were designed to provoke me. Mind your own business. I needed to calm down. I couldn't let it get a rise out of me. I was desperately trying to tell myself
美
that.
咲家の人間になれば楽な生活が送れると分かっているのに。楽しい青春を謳歌できるのに、それを一時の感情で自分から捨てるなんて。愚かだわ。きっと姉さんに似たのね。
Why you? Instantly blew my lid. That was how she operated. Naomi paralyzed her opponent by provoking an emotional response.
お願い、ユウ座って。
I knew I needed to. I told myself countless times to keep a level head, but I couldn't control myself. Biggie's hand firmly pressed against my chest.
大丈夫だから。私がそばにいるから。
Actual positive points for Ibiki, but really they are neutral points. They mean nothing. The only way they had to make her look better is introduce a worse character. Oh lord. Biggie's small, dainty hand feels trembling.
ユウ、落ち着こう。ね。
Biggie's gentle voice helped ground me and soothe my anger. I had a breath as Biggie urged me to sit. Sorry, Biggie. Thank you.
どうやらまだ美咲家の人間になるつもりはないよね。
I'm Yu Tono. Said my own name to encourage myself. And I'm Ritsu's brother. I've always been and always will be. That is never going to change. How could you possibly think I'd want to rely on that woman's money? Or live my life as Yu Tono, as my stepfather's son.
せっかくの勝ち組人生を、楽しい青春を棒に振るの？
I live my life my own way. I will decide what makes me happy. the concept of youth is nothing more than a luxury and has no meaning to me. I argued, pointing a harsh glare at my aunt. What do you mean, successful life? What was this about youth? I was doing my best I could with what I had. What's wrong with that?
無理してわざわざ難しい道を歩む。そういうこと？
That's your opinion. I hate to break it to you, but I'm pushing forward and carving my own path to achieve happiness. Isn't that right, Ibiki?
そうよ。そうなのよ。
There you have it. Ritsu and I will be fine on our own. You don't need your help. Stated in no uncertain terms.
そう。全く平行線ね。わかったわ。
My aunt took a white envelope out of her brand name bag and quietly set it on a table, presenting it to me.
なら、せめてこれを。
What is this?
小切手が入ってるわ。当面の生活費の足しになさい。りっちゃんと二人。学生だけの暮らしですもの。生活、楽じゃないんでしょ？
She knew. She knew everything. Nagumi never would have approached me otherwise. We're fine, we'll get by on our own. Rita and I had worked hard to get where we are. What's more, I was stubborn. I can't accept this. I directed all of my animosity straight at my aunt, and a master who had taught me magic when I was young. Person I'd believed to be a magician. And that woman's sister.
困ったわね。一応私はゆうくんとりっちゃんの後見人なのよ。何にも支援してませんじゃ。世間体が悪いわ。
She held out both of her arms in an exaggerated way. I didn't realize someone as cold and calculating as you cared about what people thought. I replied
教
sarcastically.
育者ですもの。
Are you an educator? I'm impressed you can say that. I stared closely as I said that. I have a feeling that in the end, the big reveal is gonna be like she's actually trying to be legitimately nice, and while yes, she's going about it in a somewhat wrong way, there is space to discuss. However, the big character being so blinded by his hate for his mother just refuses to see that possibility. It's probably gonna be something like that. But I couldn't see it. No matter where I looked, her eyes, eyebrows, or even her lips, I couldn't imagine it. Couldn't read her thoughts. No matter how much time passed, this woman's heart was the only thing that remained, a deep void of darkness. She was a witch.
これだけ頼んでも受け取ってはくれないのね。
Yes, that's exactly right. Any more of this would be a waste of
そう
time.
みたいね。しょうがないわ。勝負で決めましょう。
勝負って？
Figured it would come to this. I bet that had been her plan from the
持っ
start.
てるんでしょ？カード、無敵のポーカー。やってみなさい。
Oh, I think she wanted to have a poker match.
ゆうくんがどれくらい成長したか。師匠の私が見定めてあげるわ。
どうするの？
I'd learned magic from my aunt a long time ago. I'd acquired several new techniques since then. What's more, this was a showdown with my own personal deck of cards. It would all be in my favor. Fine, I accept your challenge. If I win, please take that envelope with you and go home. Also, I want you to retract the Kazumi Academy Reformation proposal. There was no way I would lose. Knowing that, this should be my chance. Nagumi, if you win...
全然ダメね。交渉が雑すぎるわ。そんなやり方じゃ誰も相手にしてくれないわね。それにもう一つ、ゆうくんは失敗してるわ。勝負の心構えからして間違ってるのよ。自分が勝った時のことをもしなんて言ってる時点で、あなたは私に気遅れしてる。どう？違う？
He was trying to provoke me. Keep it cool, don't let her lead you by the nose.
でもいいわ。特別よ。もしゆうくんが勝つことができたら考えてあげる。その代わり、私が勝ったら封筒は受け取ってもらうわ。あなたの意思に関わらず。ね。
I understand, I accept the terms of the game. I'll be the one to win either way.
ちょっと、そんな喧嘩越しで。いつものらしくないよ。
ごめんね、響ちゃん。これは身内の問題なの。 黙って見てて。
はい。
それにこの子にはより厳しい指導が必要みたいだわ。
Did you say guidance? I don't have a single solitary thing left to learn from you. Wanted her to see that I wasn't the same person I was back then. He's gonna lose. Emotionless flare triggering a faint warning sound to go off in the back of my head. Wasn't I playing around with this woman's hands? Wasn't I letting her provoke me? Nah, this game was my specialty. There was no way I would lose. You're gonna lose. More importantly, this was my chance to prove myself. Took my favorite cards out of my bag. Please inspect them. Held out my deck before moving on to the next step. However,
いいわ、シャッフルしなさい。
he's on another person's cards. Aren't you gonna check them? She was gonna let me shuffle them? Was she telling me I could play whatever tricks I wanted?
ええ、そんな必要全くないもの。
Like, the actual trick is to just shuffle normally. Don't do any tricks. Just shuffle normally. Let luck play the game. Let luck decide. She's not gonna expect that and fuck up because she thinks you set something up. Like, she's gonna have, like, a real good card. It's like, he's clearly did something. I'm gonna exchange these cards even though they're good because I'm gonna get better cards. What the fuck is this garbage? She was underestimating me. No matter what I tried, no matter what means I used, she would win. That was what this woman was thinking.
私は最後に1回だけ切らせてくれればいいわ。カットが終わってデッキから手を離したらデッキには触れない。
I'll graciously accept those advantageous conditions.
そうそう。それでいいわ。カッコつけて負けるより泥臭くても価値を拾いに行きなさい。私が教えたこと守ってくれて嬉しいわ。
It ends her lips curved into a smile. Gave me chills. When I was young, after I saw that smile, no, that didn't matter now. The match will be one round. Calm my nerves and got into position. I'll devote all my attention to winning this match.
何度も無駄なことをやりたくないわ。100回やっても結果は同じ。私が100回勝つに決まってるもの。
The match had already begun. The second I laid hands on these cards, now for the moment this woman appeared before us. Your taunts will not work on me. Repress my emotions and eliminate the presence. I'll be the victor. My expression, my fingertips, my gestures, all of it became a machine designed to follow logic and obtain certain victory.
You...
It's alright, just watch me.
頑張って。
Maud was grinning like crazy, the same as ever. This is alright. For her to lay everything out there. That means she was confident she would win.
ずいぶんと念入りね。
Anyone would be.
そうかしら。7回のシャッフルを3セット。それがいつものユウくんのやり方。リズムが狂ってるんじゃない？
Was reading me. Seeing straight through me. Okay, this man is clearly different from me. Like, I will just straight up shuffle for like a fucking minute if I feel like it. Like, people sometimes get upset with me while playing cards with me because, like, I'll just shuffle and shuffle. They're just watching, like, waiting for me to finally fucking stop. Like, you can stop now. We can start playing the game now. You can let me cut the deck now. Someone had a firm grasp on all my mannerisms.
ほら、またカードが引っかかったわ。シャッフルの基礎。もう一度教えてあげましょうか。
I'm telling you this is unnecessary.
そう。いいわ。思う存分やりなさい。後悔のないように。ね。
I will say, like, I hate people that do that weird shuffling thing. Where they take two halves and then just make it like this. Because all that does is bend the cards! You're the one who will regret it.
楽しみだわ。
Think there was some way to take away this woman's confidence. Not a game to mind. Didn't know how to wipe that smug smile off of her face. And no means in my repertoire. I'm finished. Finished shuffling the cards without any particular strategy or trick in mind. There's no telling how much opposition I could put up through sheer force of will. If you want. Shuffled cards were then placed at the center of the table. Cut the cards just once, correct?
はいはい。
No one stared straight at the cards from
じ
overhead.
ゃあ遠慮なく。
Reached for the bundle of cards. Lifting only a single card up off the top, then quickly put it back in place. She kept the top card held down under her fingertips and smiled.
今のどういうこと？じっと見てたけどおかしな様子は何もなかったよね。
And messing with me. I hadn't noticed herself any kind of trick. Even now, she was just holding down the deck with her index finger. That only meant one thing. Her current move had been pointless.
ふざけてなんかいないわ。ゆうくん。あなた、私がカードの上半分と下半分を入れ替えると思ってたでしょ。私はよくそうしてたものね。
Deliberately kept quiet. I neither confirmed nor denied it.
残念だったわね。これで下半分に仕込んだ罠は無力化したわ。当たりでしょ。
Kept a blank face. Peered my arm to realize what I'd done.
ゆう。
No need to worry. She hadn't left me completely powerless, though. I predicted that sort of outcome. I had other tricks up my sleeve.
やっぱりこうして欲しかった？
She was all smiles when she picked up the top half of the deck. Of course, I would have liked you to fall for my trap, she said while I said while I kept my emotions suppressed. I didn't move a single eyebrow. Wouldn't let her read my mind.
そう。ならあえて罠にかかってあげましょう。
Now and swapped the top and bottom halves of the cards, just as she had before. This time she removed her hand from the deck. No matter how hard I kept my emotions in check, my heart pounded. Nah, don't be agitated. Don't let your opponent suspect a single thing.
これで私のシャッフルはおしまいよ。他にはどんな罠が仕掛けられてるのかしら。ドキドキしちゃうわ。
Absolutely insincere. Truth, everything was all going according to plan. The real match started
響
now.
ちゃん、ゆうくんと私に上から交互に5枚ずつ配って。
私が？
ええ、そうするのが公平でしょ。いいわよね、ゆうくん。
ゆう。
Her expression was a mix of bewilderment and anxiety. Understandably so. I doubt Viki imagined she would be doing anything here. I stiffened my expression. In my emotions, I just let them spill over for
そ
dear
れと
life.
もシャッフルはゆうくんがしたんだし、ディールは私がやってもいいのかしら。
No, the dealer both shuffles and deals. Is this your first time playing fucking cards, you goddamn Philistine? Repeated my thoughts and a test run in my head. With every possibility that came in mind, I had to come up with a way to take control of this match. Viki, please do.
わかった。私が配るね。
With clumsy handling, Viki picked up the deck and distributed the cards. Now and I were issued 5 cards each.
私はこのままでいいわ。
I'll trade them all. Scattered my entire hand and drew new cards. My eyes didn't follow the pile of cards. They focused solely on my aunt's gaze. This woman didn't blink once, no inkling of agitation whatsoever. Part of me wondered if she even had heart. This woman truly was a witch.
ゆうくん、約束通りこれは置いていくから。
She picked up her bag and stood up. Yes, a promise is a promise. I answered with my head hung. Couldn't come up with a plan to turn the situation around. I didn't object nor protest. Couldn't oppose her in any capacity. I was left completely at her mercy.
でも勝負はまだ。
いびきちゃん、昇進のゆうくんのことお願いね。さよなら。かわいい私の甥いのゆうくん。
Without further remark, my aunt left the living room. Shit. All the strength left my body the moment she was out the door and my head plunked down. Started breaking into a heavy sweat. It was summer, it had the shivers.
ゆう、ちょっと大丈夫？顔真っ青よ。しっかりして、ゆう。ゆうってば。
Viki rubbed my back. Viki, sorry. Thanks for this. I'll be fine, just Give me a few minutes to try and settle down.
本当に
Yeah, so you don't have to worry. I questioned it myself. What did I mean? I'd be fine. I was trying to kid.
ねえユウ、今の勝負どうなったの？私何が起きたか。なごみさんもユウもカードを開いてすらいないのに。
That's how my hand turned out. I flipped over my cards and showed Ibiki.
6のワンペア
Yeah. Basically a trash
でも
hand.
なごみさんはもっと弱い手かもしれないじゃない。
She had a 5 of a kind. Ibiki turned over my aunt's hand in a fluster. 4 aces and a joker. An utterly unrivaled combination, a perfect hand.
本当だ。でもどうして？
She figured me out and could read me like an open book. I'd finally regained my composure. And I looked in my head. Hibiki was gazing at me with a concerned
ど
expression.
ういうこと？
What do you think the odds are of putting together a 5 of a kind on the first draw?
1万回に1回くらい。
It's 1 in 2,869,685. It didn't happen by chance.
でもなごみさん、ほとんどカードに触ってなかったわよ。最初に頭のカードを1枚持ち上げた時と、それから半分に分けて上下を入れ替えた。私が気づかないうちに何かしたってこと？
And one who booby-trapped the deck. She stole it from me utterly and completely. Slammed my fist against the table. Several cards scattered and fell to the floor. That woman wouldn't swap top and bottom halves. That was my prediction. It's something she's always done. I assumed she wouldn't do it this time around. But she went and swapped them. I had countermeasures in place, though. I'd laid traps in both the top and bottom halves. However, after that, she told you to deal the cards, starting with me.
私？
Biggie blinked with surprise. Do you remember what that woman said to you?
うん。だから私、言う通りに。
She knew
分かってたって。
that whoever was dealt the second would be the winner.
私、なごみさんに言われるままに、言うからカードを配った。
Fact 1, Hibiki had no knowledge of magic. Fact 2, Hibiki had been looking for a way to help. Those facts combined had turned everything against me.
ごめん、私、何も疑ったりしなくて。
It's not your fault, Hibiki. I told you what order to deal the card. If I told you what order to deal the cards in, it would have been the same as admitting that I'd lied a trap there in the first place. That woman had control of the situation from the start.
ごめん、私。ごめんね、ユウ。
I'm begging you, don't apologize. I couldn't get a read on her, much less deceive her. That's why I lost. She had seen through my double-layer trap and taken my winning hand. She had taken full control of the playing field. That woman had read my mind completely. It was a total defeat. That damned witch. Glared at the envelope she had left on the table. Frustrating. Unbearably vexing. Oh, so powerless and pathetic.
ユウ。
Honest to God, he lost the moment he fucking accepted the wager. All he had to do was just say, I don't play games with fucking strangers. Like, the only connection I have to you is that I used to know you as a child and have since not had a single fucking desire to ever interact with you ever fucking again, so please leave my house. The issue is that he tried to engage her. Like, he has said that she is absolutely a master when it comes to reading people while not being read. So you should just never engage her. She's something miraculous. I was still dancing in the palm of that woman's hand. I had been ever since that day.
Tono-kunが、師匠が、ポーカーで負けたんですか？こ が大きいわよ、鹿島さん。すみません。
あの優が負けるなんて信じられない。
遠野先輩のマジックはプロ並みですよね。しおり、マジックじゃなくてポーカーよ。
なんとかポーカーってマジックみたいなもんなんだろ？
はい、そうです。
マジックの勝負で優が負けたってことかい？
遠野くんは心理戦もテクニックもすごいんです。負けるところなんて想像すらできません。でも負けたのよ、なごみさんに。なごみさんって確か遠野兄弟の親戚じゃなかった？はい、おばになります。昔お兄ちゃんと私は少しの間なごみおばさんのお世話になってて、お兄ちゃんはその時なごみおばさんに手品を教えてもらっていたんです。その方が2学期から風見学園の学園長になるんですか？つまり新学園長が師匠の師匠だったということですね。それなら遠野先輩が負けるのも考えられますね。でも遠野はどうしてあんなに落ち込んでるの？今朝遠野に会った時病人のように憔悴していたわ。
2次元目の前に保健室に行ったきりだし。
ポーカーで負けたこと、そんなにも落ち込むことなのでしょうか？それは仕方ないと思う。りっちゃん何か知ってるんですか？知ってます。言えませんけど。どうして？教えてよ、リツ。りっちゃん、私たち遠野くんを元気づけたいんですよ。どうして言えないのか理由も教えてもらえないの？お兄ちゃんに昔のことは誰にも言うなって言われてるんです。遠野くんが少し複雑な事情があるんです。お兄ちゃんが話していいって言うまでは私からは話せません。ごめんなさい。そんな水臭いわよ。
な、俺たちが力になれることはないのか？
すみません。
Well, you could catch his aunt in a dark alley and beat the shit out of her. Terrible, I know.
そっか。
遠野くん、大丈夫なんでしょうか
What's up? Everyone looks so serious. It was lunchtime. Hey, when I came back to the classroom from the nurse's office, everyone from the active and negative was present.
遠野くん、起きて平気？気分はもういいの
？Yeah, I'm fine now, completely revived. Sat in my seat and took out the lunchbox that Itsu had made for me.
お兄ちゃん、本当に大丈夫なの？まだ顔色悪いよ。はい、私にもそう見えます。座るときちょっとふらついてたじゃない。私の目はごまかせないんだから。
Now watch me closely.
いや、無理すんなよ。おとなしく放課後まで寝とけって。
私もそう思う。当の保健室に戻って。
I'm fine, really.
私も今度ばかりは先輩がそう言っても納得できません。
Looks like I was stuck. Everyone was worried about me. Enough about me. All of you should worry about yourselves. There are only 2 weeks left until the clubs are dissolved. You better come up with a solution so neither club has to be eliminated. I told myself together too, for that matter. The moment being, I was boxed in on all sides with no way to overcome it.
ユウ、バカなこと言わないで。今は部のことよりユウの方が心配なのよ。そうです。遠野くんが体を壊してしまうようなことがあれば、私
Kept telling them I was fine. Could be real handfuls.
みんなで集まって状況を整理してたの。
I'm not going to sing the fucking song. Don't even try me. So no message here.
遠野くんの言う通り、私たちに残された時間は長くありません。せめてアイデアだけでもと思ったんだけどね。私たちだけじゃいい考えが浮かばなくって、お兄ちゃんがいないとダメだよねって話してて、 リーダーである東野先輩のことを心配していたというわけです。
Really?
なあユウ、もし仮にの話だけど、小学生制度がなくなったらユウ、どうするつもりだ？
Good question. I would either transfer to a school the academy recommended to me, or maybe I would look for a more physically demanding type of job that could bring in more money. It would certainly make my life much more difficult than it already was.
そんなことしたらお兄ちゃん体壊しちゃうよ。そうよユウ、ダメ、そんなのダメよ。そんな無茶するくらいなら昨日なごみさんが言ってた。
Maybe there are some concessions I can't make. Please understand.
ユウ、
Everyone fell silent. Looks like it soured the mood. Sorry on second thought, I'll eat outside. Sorry to be a nuisance. I waved to everybody and headed towards the hallway.
東野くん言ってしまいましたね。
参ったな。あんなユウ見たのは初めてだ。
ねえリツ、できる範囲でいい。事情を話してくれない？このままじゃ私たち何もできずに終わっちゃう。トーナとリツのことを見殺しにするのと同じことよ。
私からもお願いします。りっちゃん、力にならせてください。お願い、リツ。私からもお願いします。ちょっとやめてよみんな。やめないわ。
This wall isn't a straight line here, like this corner of the wall. Like here, for example, you can see that there's like a small divot in this direction. Anyways.
リツが話してくれるまで何回でもお願いする。困っちゃったな。お兄ちゃんが話したくないことって、私にとってもあまりいい思い出じゃなくて。でも私、
響き、ストップ。無理やり聞き出すのは良くないわ。
ナギ、ごめん。
Again, point for Nagiko and opposed to Hibiki. Nagi was like, listen, I know you're promised to keep the secret, but is there anything you could tell us? No matter how small the detail. It could even be like what fucking food he liked to eat as a kid if it fucking helped us. While Hibiki just tried, I'm going to ask you until you actually tell us. Which, yes, sure, this is a very desperate situation. She cares for the guy. But that is ignoring how she feels about it. Because she clearly does not want to do something like this behind his back.
話したくないこと、誰にだってあるもんね。ごめんね、響ちゃん。
とにかく、現状で言えることは、
状況は芳しくないということですね。
それでも何とかしないと。このままじゃみんなバラバラよ。私たちにできることをよく考えましょう。
俺たちにできること、何かあるはずですよね。
それと、私たちがやるべきことはもう一つ。遠野を元気にすることよね。
ナギの言う通りね。ユウがあんなんじゃ何してもうまくいかないわ。
問題は遠野を元気づける方法なんだけど。
悩みは人それぞれで、遠野くんの悩みは遠野くんにしかわからないのでしょう。けれど私も遠野くんに元気になってもらいたいです。鹿島さん。はい。提案があるの。私と手を組んでくれない？ユウの取り合いは一旦中止にしましょう。私たちで争っている場合じゃないわ。このままじゃどっちの分も廃部になっちゃう。それにユウがどんどんユウじゃなくなっていっちゃう。小日向さん、 まずはユウに元気になってもらいましょう。それからユウに青春を楽しんでもらう。それはあなたも望むことだと思うけど、どう？そうですね。今の辛そうな遠野くんは見ていられませんもの。わかりました。協力します。ありがとう。いや、小日向さん、そんな急に抱きつかれたら。親愛の証よ。仲良くやりましょう。普通は握手じゃないんですか？女の子同士なんだから気にしない気にしない。いや、そんなところ触らないでください。ナギ、しおり、神楽坂、そういうわけだからあなたたちも協力してちょうだい。
I don't know why fucking thoughts suddenly came to me. Like, this is like a fucking art that I've seen hover around on Twitter every now and again since a while ago. Hold on, which is it? Where is it? I sent it to someone, so it shouldn't be that hard to find. I don't know. I have to fucking scroll through. I don't even remember the artist, but it's like literally just like fucking big boobs character like opening her coat like this, like you're depressed, boobs, you need to fondle them. Like just the ultimate bro move a girl could make, essentially. That was the joke behind it, if I remember correctly. Jesus Christ, the amount of fucking Skyla art I've been sending people. I mean, to be fair, Skyla good, and we appreciate the influx of Skyla art here in this house. This is actually faster. Yeah, that was weird elf-based obsession for a while here. Goes back to Nyamota. Nyamota is a case of like really nice art, in my opinion, but sometimes the content of the art is kind of yikes. Like, I really like his art style, but I could do without the whole fucking weird obsession with pregnant stuff he's got. I do without that. It sure is not showing up. You know what? At this point, I should probably just stop looking through this. Oh, hey, that was like a bunch of IP Masquerena stuff that I sent for some reason. Oh, yeah, I think it was because we were talking about fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! Waifus. Ew, did I... Ew! I just scrolled past Marian. Yeah, we don't appreciate Marian in this house. I think maybe I never did send it to her. Oh well.
Eh, 私は元よりそのつもり。小日向先輩がそう言うなら。
俺も親友のために一肌脱いでやるぜ。
うん、ありがとうみんな。協力するのはいいんだけど、響どうするつもり？リツ、何？リツにも協力してほしいことがあるの。私、響ちゃんたちに何も。それはもう聞かないわよ。言いたくないことがあるのは私もわかるから。 リツにお願いしたいことっていうのはね、耳貸して。私がそんなことやるの？どう？お願いできる？
I don't know why, but I don't like what is going on right now. I have this terrible premonition. I wrapped up the late shift and finally made it home for the day. Itsu, you still up?
お帰りなさいませ、兄上。
Oh! This is practically jumped out to greet me the moment I walked through the door. What's gotten into you?
だってお兄ちゃん、今日は体調悪そうだったし、てっきり深夜シフトはやめるって思ってたのに。
Can't skip work just because I feel a little under the weather. As long as it brings in paycheck, couldn't stop working. That was my
夕
motto.
ご飯食べちゃった？お兄ちゃんの分のカレーすぐ温めてあげるけど。
Sorry, I got by with my employee meal.
そうなんだ。ちゃんと食べてるならいいよ。
Would you mind sticking in the fridge for me? I'll eat it for lunch on Sunday or something.
あれ？お兄ちゃん、日曜の昼もシフト入れてなかったっけ？
I swore Truth would have called me at her request. Didn't have school on Sunday either. Could take the whole day to think about what I was going to do next.
それは好都合。
What is?
いえいえ、こっちの都合ですよ、マヤに。それじゃ、早くお風呂に入って疲れを流してきて。
Itsu pushed me on the back. You're scheming something, aren't you?
ははははは。そんなことまるでナッシングですよ。
What the fuck? My sister flubbed all the way through that reply. That was clearly suspicious. You're too transparent. I could tell without using my abilities. So, what are you hiding?
隠してないよ。何にも隠してないから。
Little sister.
何？
Look me in the eye. Look right at me. Come closer. Since you won't look me in the eye, I assume you are hiding something.
違うってば、近いの恥ずかしいの。
For a sibling, there's nothing to be embarrassed about.
恥ずかしいものは恥ずかしいの。
She shook me off.
落ち着いて、ちゃんとしないと。
Do what, right?
なんでもないってば。私のことはいいから、早くお風呂行きなさい。あ、久しぶりに背中流してあげよっか。
I politely, yet firmly, decline. Sister mine has such a corrupt brother complex. That was a close call. Put on a t-shirt that substituted for pajamas, wiped down my hair with a bath towel, and came back to my room. Well, he drowned in the bath. When I came to, I'd fallen asleep in the tub. Tension must have left me all at once. My mood had dramatically improved, though. Alright, I have to do plenty of exam prep. Got myself psyched up and got my notes and textbooks out of the bag when...
兄ちゃん、それはいけません。
Whoa, Ritsu, when did you come in? There's only one way into this room.
さっきまで、ユウの妹はベッドの中に隠れてたんだよ。
What's this girl doing?
気づかなかったでしょ。
If you needed something, you could come talk to me like a normal person. We're a family, after all.
お兄ちゃん、マッサージしてあげるよ。疲れがバッチリ取れるから。
No, I'm about to study.
もう、兄は頑張りすぎ。体調の悪い日くらい休むの。
Was this to confiscate my textbook straight out of my hands?
ほら、ベッドに横になって、お兄ちゃん。今なら私の残りがを堪能できるよ。カモン、兄、カモン。
Ritsu tugged my right arm. What kind of brother do you take me for? Did you think I was some kind of pervert? I was easygoing when it came to Ritsu. I laid in bed like I was asked. May as well play along just a little.
では、お兄ちゃん、脱いでください。
She had sat down next to me and looked serious. Pardon?
だから、脱ぐのです。
Why? There's nothing wrong with wearing a t-shirt.
直接触った方が効果 あるの。さ、脱いで脱いで。その変な T シャツを。
Huh? This one's weird too? Gosh, I bet called my favorite shirt tacky the last time too. What a bummer.
いいから脱げ。
Hey, hey, hey! Brother and sister tangled together on top of a bed. From an outsider's perspective, this would look downright
お兄
scandalous.
ちゃん、抵抗しないで。脱がせられない。
And stop trying to stick your hands up my shirt! Grabbing my sister late at night. It was more like a pro wrestling match, but the soft spots were hitting me like crazy. What? That's fucking weird. I get it! I'll dress myself!
最初からそうしてくれればいいんだよ。兄は妹の言うことを聞くものなの。それが常識なの。
Actually, I must have just teased the shit out of my little sister. What world is that common sense? Man. Left with no choice, I took off my t-shirt.
うわー、お兄ちゃんって結構筋肉質なんだね。
Physical labor does go into being a
脱
waiter.
いだらすごいんだ。
She patted away at my back with her tiny palm. It took a little, but I kept it cool.
お兄ちゃんの肌、綺麗でスベスベなんだね。ごっくり。
Hey, did you just gulp?
まさかそんなこと。ごっくり。
Just slowly swallowing. Yikes, my little sister's crazy. Scary. Seriously, I could be hurried up already.
じっくりネチネチと攻めます。
Don't pester me at all. I desperately tried to get things back on track before they took a turn for the worse. I could cry.
しゃ。
Itsu straddled me and began to push her thumbs into both of my shoulders. Oh, that felt great. Impressive. Itsu sure knew all of my right spots.
どうお兄ちゃん。
Feels
もっ
great.
と強くしてもいい？
Sure, go for it.
しゃ。
Oh, that's a splat. I unintentionally raised my voice. It didn't have the same effect when I did it, and it felt incredible for another person. But it felt incredible for another person to rub and release the tension on my shoulders.
よかった。いっぱい気持ちよくなってね、お兄ちゃん。
That line could be seen as problematic.
それにしても、お兄ちゃんの体カチカチなんだけど。
Am I?
あ、凝ってるって意味じゃなくてね、男の子なんだなーって思って。背中も広いし、手も大きくて、小さい頃とは違うんだなーって。
Well, of course I am. Ooh, that feels nice.
じゃあここ重点的に、しょい。
Again, the girl's strength wasn't quite enough. It occasionally tickled.
お兄ちゃん、気持ちいい？
This is just a massage YouTube. Yeah, ridiculously good. Lisa was acting strangely.
お兄ちゃんの体、温かいよ。お風呂上がりで、ちょっと汗ばんでて、すっごい、エッチ。
Begone from my sight, you spawn of evil. Spawn of the devil. Begone and return from whence you came. Actually, what's the other half? Ah, there. My makeshift mace is upgraded because now it has a hidden compartment for stick. Does also up the firmness a little bit. Anyways. Hey, Ritsu.
いいの？ここがいいんだよね。お兄ちゃん。お兄ちゃんの気持ちいいところ覚えちゃった。
Your voice sounds awfully new to me! I wish you wouldn't get so worked up over me. Ritsu.
お兄ちゃん。
Ritsu had fallen asleep and was peacefully snoozing on my back. We went all this trouble and we were just as tired. Gently slid her off my back, careful not to disturb her. My sister was asleep, utterly at peace. Scrabble emotions well up inside me. Makes sense, you have it rough too. I'm just being stubborn. Ritsu was terrible at studying, but she made up for it by giving it everything she had. Not only that, she took over most of the housework in my stead. Sorry to Ritsu. Sorry for being such a stupid brother. Quietly pushed the bangs away from her eyes. Another year and a half. A year and a half and I'll graduate. Once that happens, I could be completely independent. I'll be a full-fledged working adult. Bring in more money and support Ritsu. When I do, I want you to lead a fun life. Enjoy your youth to the fullest. As far as you can, enough for the both of us.
お兄ちゃん。お兄ちゃんも青春しようよ。
Ritsu muttered as if she were responding to what I'd said. Sleep talking, huh? Even in her dreams, yeah. Smiled wryly. So dreams, Ritsu. Put a summer blanket over Ritsu and quietly left the room. I would do what Ritsu asked and rest for the remainder of the evening. As I have to sleep in the living room. Looks like we'll sleep on the sofa tonight. Stayed up all night in the living room until Sunday morning. I had work later that evening. As such, I had planned to take my time during daylight hours to consider the future. But
朝の空気はやっぱ爽やかよね。
we'll say that here down Hibiki does look nice. Casual Hibiki overall, I should say.
この海風の匂いも最高だわ。
For such a tomboy, she sure likes wearing skirts though. I was racing around town, riding the back of my childhood friend's bike. What things turned out like this? Hey, Biggie.
何よ。
Where are we going?
つけばわかるわよ。
Alright, let me rephrase that. What are you after?
世界中がキラキラ輝くことね。みんなが幸せになるの。いっつぁ響きはある
I wasn't talking about your life goals.
だからつけばわかるってば。
She couldn't keep up a conversation, could she?
ゆう、おはよう。起きなさい。
Right. Morning, Hibiki. Hibiki barged in and announced around the time I finished breakfast and returned to my bedroom. Couldn't exactly say I was surprised. Routine was a scary thing.
ちょっとゆう。
What?
あんたどうして幼馴染が起こす前に起きてるのよ。
Because I could.
そういう問題じゃないのよ。あんたは幼馴染の仕事を勝手に減らして王道パターンはちゃんと踏襲しなさいよ。
Reject tradition, embrace modernity. Sorry, Biggie, I have no idea what you're talking about. She was barking up the wrong tree if she expected me to be traditional.
まあいっか。とにかく行くわよ。
Take care. Watch out for heat stroke.
大丈夫よ。水分補給をちゃんとするから。それじゃまたね。
Yeah.
あんたも来るのよ。
Why? You kidnapped me without even giving me a chance to send Ritsu a message.
大丈夫よ。リツも合流するから。
Huh? Does Ritsu know what we're doing?
知ってるわよ。ユウに水着見せるんだって張り切ってたわ。
Swimsuit. Why don't me? Are you headed to the beach or something?
よかったわね。かわいいかわいい妹に懐かれて。
I can feel the prickliness of now you said that.
ねえユウ、その 一応聞くけど、あんたたち変なことになってないでしょうね。
What do you mean funny?
あんたがリツに欲情してないかってことよ。
No way in hell.
ならいいけど、ちゃんとまっとうな兄してるのね。
Of course, Sam. What do you take me for?
はいはい、わかったわよ。あんたたちは仲のいい普通の兄弟、そういうことよね。
That's all it is.
でもスキンシップが間違っても私の時みたいに気軽に胸揉まないように。
I won't rub him. I seriously won't. Couldn't help but think back to that moment. I wish she hadn't
あ
brought
ん
it
た
up.
じゃなかったら通報してるところだからね。優しい幼なじみに超絶感謝しなさいよ。
Stop having me right behind you then. You forced me to ride this bike was what caused that to happen in the first
いや
place.
よ。
She rejected my suggestion immediately. At least let me be in front then.
それも嫌。
She wouldn't give in at all.
私が前でユウが後ろ。ずっとそうしてきたじゃない。あんたは黙って私の後ろをついてくればいいの。
You're as manly as ever. Share some of that strength with Shinji.
自転車はここまでよ。
Been near the station ticket gate. And over there, where?
トーナくん、おはようございます。
おっせ我が親友
My classmates, Kashima and Shinji.
おはようトーノ。少しは顔色良くなったみたいね。
Wow. Wow. Actually reminds me, we need an entry for you in this. He's probably jaywalks when no one's looking. Like, he's good enough with kids so where he probably wouldn't jaywalk if there's a kid nearby watching. You know, he wants to be a proper role model when it comes to that. However, he would 100% jaywalk, especially if on the other side of the road someone accidentally dropped a coin or something. Yeah, I'm gonna need to request a picture from Cactus. Anyways, Nagiku hot. Nagiku hot. Nagiku very hot. She's winning me over. A lot.
おはようございます、トーノ先輩。
Oh, she's also kind of cute. Kaido and Hiragi, members of the Active, were also present. Hibiki has said we were meeting up with Ritsu later as well. What's going on? Why are you all here? Are we holding a countermeasure meeting or later or something?
違うわよ。せっかくの休日なのよ。そんな後ろ向きなことするより楽しいことしましょう。
No. Was that really the best use of our time? We're being way too careful.
まあまあ、トーノくん。悩んでいれば、いい答えが出るというものでもありません。
No point, but still.
今日だけは何もかも忘れて、皆さんで泳いで楽しみましょう。
That Kachima presented a chic-looking tote bag. Looked like a brand name item, but without a tasteless design. So we are going for a swim in the ocean. Was one of my favorite activities. I'll pass. I didn't bring my swimsuit anyway.
問題ないわ。私が買ってきてあげたわよ。
Don't do that! At least tell me in advance!
それじゃあサプライズにならないじゃない。見て見て。ピッチピチの真っ白のブリーフよ。
And you chose the worst pair possible! Like Ella would wear those.
しおり、ユウがわがまま言うから説得してきて。小日向先輩がそう言うなら。
Hiragi took the bag from Hibiki.
遠野先輩、旅の恥はかき捨てと言いまして。
She held out the shopping bag with the white swimsuit inside. We're not going away on a trip. This is a beach in our hometown.
問題ありません。 行くのは海水浴場ではなく風シーのプールです。
Kazasi Pool. Kazami Sea Paradise, or Kazasi for short. Kazami City's greatest integrated leisure facility. Kazasi is only 10 minutes away by express train. Can't call that a trip.
確かに。
Hideki nodded firmly.
では県外のプールでこれを履きましょう。注目の的、間違いなしです。
You're that eager to see me wear this. Stop being so fixated on briefs. Anyways, I'm really not in the mood for that today. Let's cut off mid-sentence.
どうの
Kaido whispered into my ear from behind me.
水着なら私がちゃんとしたの買ってあげる。
Huh?
だからここは付き合って。みんなお前が心配なのよ。その気持ちを汲んでやって。
Bonus points for Nagiko again! Like, you see what's going on, saw that they kind of fucked it up, and immediately damage control. Damage control, and tries to tell him, like, listen, just try to play along. They were worried about you. And, to be fair, you need the realization. You planned all this for me. I've been pretty damn the dumps lately.
よかったわね。いい友達がいっぱいいて。
Claudia smacks me on the shoulder. I feel heat radiating from within my chest. Ever say so, Kaido?
柊の真似のつもり？似てる似てる。そうでしょうか。私はもっとやる気なさげに言いますけど。
so she's self-aware. Shows some enthusiasm. She was aware of it.
やべ、もうすぐ急行来るぞ。
大変、切符を買わないと。鹿島さん、あんたスコカ持ってないの？スコカって何ですか？
Huh? She didn't know about Skoka cards in this day and age? Everyone looks at Kashima like she was some kind of protected species.
皆さん急にどうしたんですか？鹿島さん、遠出した時は今までどうしてたのよ。そういう時は基本運転手さんの車で。
Did you say chauffeur? Are you serious? I think rich girls like that existed outside of manga.
びっくりね。もしかして鹿島さんって家では。あら、何をしてますの？早くケーキを持っていらっしゃいですわ。とか言ってたりして。そんなこと言わないですよ。本当かしら？
I do think that would be out of character for her. Couldn't exactly deny the possibility, however. It sounded like she had butlers and stuff at home.
ねえ鹿島さん、さっきのセリフちょっと試しに言ってみてくれない？さっきのって私が言ったセリフよ。覚えてるわよね？覚えてますけど。あら、何をしてますの？早くケーキを持っていらっしゃいですわ。なるほどね。
Mm-hmm. This is nice in its own way. My and Hibiki's eyes met and we nodded to each other.
なんですか？
おい、もうホームに電車来たっぽいぞ。
今はそんな話をしてる場合じゃないわね。急ぎましょう。風し行きは階段を上がった反対側のホームよ。
みんな、ダッシュだ。
私は鹿島さんと一緒にスコカ買うから、みんなは先に行っちゃって。ご面倒をおかけします。どうの、柊、私たちも。カイドウ先輩がそう言うなら。
Roger. Kaido led the way and we arranged the ticket gate up the stairs. A crap, set by skirt had flipped up and I could see her underwear. Her play the other day. As a gentleman had better not look.
どうの？ちゃんと前を向かないと危ないわよ。
That's impossible right now. All I could do was give a vague reply. When all was said and done, we rushed onto the train. The train was super crowded given that it was a holiday. There were other people around our age chatting amongst one another. Wondered why. It was the part where I ordinarily would have grumbled brutal ages ago. Strangely enough, I didn't feel like doing that today.
お兄ちゃん。
You know what? Gonna end the part here for the day. Hope you guys enjoyed this one, and see you next time. Bye bye.